NYXI have just teased the Hyperion 3 Pro for the Nintendo Switch. We're going to talk about that. And we're also going to talk about the new white Hyperion 3s. That's right, we were the first people to show off the Hyperion 3s for the Nintendo Switch 2, the first Pro Joy-Cons that came out for the Switch 2 by NYXI, right? And now they've got a new one, the white one, which we will talk about, but literally this morning I woke up and was like, right, I'm going to do this video. I'm going to talk about these white ones and all this good stuff. And I just quickly went on NYXI's Facebook page, and they've teased 2 videos at the time of recording this. One was showing mouse mode on Star Fox. Wicked. So that immediately tells me they've nailed it. They are working on the pros, and hopefully they'll be soon. I have no inside information at this current moment as to when they're going to come and all that good stuff, but they're clearly further into development than we expect because they're posting videos about it. So it's actually going to have mouse mode. And also they posted another video before that showing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, I think it was, using, you guessed it, HD Rumble. So we're actually going to get Hyperion 3 Pros with all the Switch 2 protocol features that are already currently in the Hyperion 3s, as well as the missing features we've all been wanting, which is mouse mode and HD Rumble. So if you didn't know about the NYXI Hyperion 3s, these are almost brilliant because they have many, many features that the current actual Joy-Cons do have, right? But there's just those couple of missing things, like I said, which is HD Rumble and also mouse mode, which is just not found on them. So they pretty much cracked everything, as well as adding new things. So these, of course, are the brand new white versions. So you have 2 choices. So you've got the black ones, which have been out for a little while now, but they are also launching the white ones. I have been sent these early, by the way, right? So they have sent them to me for free. They've not given any money or anything. I'm always honest with my opinions. And I just thought, you know what, I'll just show you them quickly. And they're the same price as the black ones. But just to go over a quick recap, what these have are, of course, all of your snappy doodahs with the, the magnetics. So we can take off the actual Joy-Cons just here, and I will just attach the new ones. So you get a charging grip, which is brilliant. Yes, you can charge the official Joy-Cons with them as well. I've got 2 in-depth videos about the Hyperion 3s already, so go check them out. I was using a prototype in those videos, but pretty much everything's the same, but they have fixed some things. So if you kind of like missed some of this, bit late to it or whatever, I'll go over that in this video anyway. And then we get the Joy-Cons themselves, and just quickly look at the size difference. So much, much bigger, which means you're going to get much better ergonomics. So they're going to be way more comfortable in hand. And of course, we've got back paddles on the back. We've got Hall effect joysticks as well, which means you're not going to get drift. They are also very less likely to get drift, I should say. They're also way bigger modules, right? So you're going to get full range of motion rather than these tiny little nubbins, as I like to call it, with these little like domey things that they use on the original ones, right? You've got a swappable D-pad, so you can either have a normal D-pad or you can have like a dish. So the dish comes pre-installed like this one, but I've taken it off because I prefer just the standard one, right? They are using Switch 2 protocol, so what that means is you're still going to get 9-axis gyro, which is really, really cool, and also you get a proper chat button, which really blew my mind when I first looked at these. I was like, yay, proper chat button. And I know some people bash on Switch chat, but I absolutely love it. Like, I think it's the best form of like social interaction on any of the consoles because it just works fantastically. It's so good. It really, really is. Like, actually in use, it's brilliant. And the fact that these have a proper C button, so you press it and it just immediately pops up, is great. I have died. But this is them attached. So yes, much larger, but if you're an adult or just have much bigger hands or whatever, this is way more ergonomic. Like, it just fits in your hands much better. These are quite on the large side, and I would say I've got sort of medium-sized hands, and they fit me absolutely perfectly. And I know if you've got really big hands, they're going to be great as well, because they're currently the biggest Joy-Con alternatives you can get, right? Like I said, there's no mouse mode though, so you've got no mouse like sensors or anything, and also there's no HD rumble. So these are only old rotary rumble, and it's quite intense. So the rumble is very like in your face, aggressive, but you can tone that down. There is an app for firmware upgrades as well as sorting macros and stuff. You've got turbo, which means you can assign a button to be pressed rapidly without you physically being pressed it. So you can press and hold and it will do that for you. You can assign the back paddles, but you cannot swap like A, B, and X and Y to the left side or anything from the left side to the right side. It's like whatever has to be on this side gets assigned to this back pedal, and then whatever's on this side gets assigned to that back pedal. You can't like mix and match even on the app, which is a shame, but that's okay. It's not that big of an issue, really. You've got your normal screenshot or video button just there, whatever they call that. You've got the chat button, the home button as well. So you've got the home button. You can wake from sleep. So I know I'm going over stuff you might already know, but yes, you can wake from sleep just like this. And it works really well. It actually works way better than the prototypes that I had. So that's one thing that's been fixed, is the prototypes took a little while to wake the switch up. This is like instantaneous. And one thing I actually love, which is probably not talked about enough, if I just do this again and I turn off the switch, give it a second. If I press the home button on one side, give it a sec, can you see it wakes up the left-hand side? So on many third-party Joy-Cons, what you need to do is press a button on both sides to wake up each side independently. This one actually triggers the other one to wake up, which is really cool. So you literally just press one button and the whole thing will wake up. It kind of bugged me on other controllers where I'd have to press and hold home there and then have to press and hold the screenshot button just to wake this side up. That's no longer an issue. So it's a small win, but in practical use, it's actually quite a great thing. Like, I love it because it used to annoy me having to manually wake up the other side. The other thing that they fixed, whilst we're just talking about this, right, is the cardinal snapping issue. So we were the first, obviously, to get them, and also to show off the fact that they had cardinal snapping on the prototypes. But the official release is no cardinal snapping. So you can see just here, if I move this around, it's not snapping to the axis. It is just going around nicely, which means they are much more accurate. It's brilliant. And obviously being Hall effect and full size means you've got way more accuracy. So if you're planning on like playing Call of Duty, for example, when it comes out on the Switch, then these kind of joysticks are going to be great. Hall effect, highly accurate, less likely to drift, like massively less likely to drift. But the big thing is just the fact that they are full-size joysticks and they're super accurate, so you're going to be great. Obviously, the new Hyperion 3 Pros, whenever they come with mouse mode, is probably going to be the way to play Call of Duty for shooters, right? But we'll talk about that in a minute. Still showing off the white ones, right? So I kind of like skipped over the face buttons and how they felt and things like that in the other videos because I was looking at prototypes, whereas now we've got the official ones. I'll just quickly go over, you know, what they feel like. Face buttons, really nice. They are clicky. So they are micro switch face buttons, which means they're loud. You probably can hear that clickety clickety clack, which is like a mouse input, right? Which I love. They're quicker to actuate. It means you can get much faster inputs. Really nice. It's just they are loud. So it's a bit of a trade-off there. I don't mind. And that can be found all over, which to me is way better because it just means that each button is consistent. Now, there's no analog triggers because the Switch didn't support it, right? So you're digital only, but that's okay because that's what the Switch games are like made for, right? But yeah, way more consistent all the way across. The D-pad also has clicky inputs, which is not my favorite if I'm perfectly honest, but it's not a bad D-pad. It's just not great either, you know? So it's kind of it's okay. Yeah, that's as much as I can say about it, really. Back pedals I really like, because they are consistent. Of course, we still got the eject button, works perfectly. And of course, if I haven't said it already, these are wireless, so you can use them wirelessly, and they have 9-axis gyro because they're using Switch 2 protocol. And if you want to see all the extra features like turbo, macro, button swap, how to change the RGB LEDs and all that good stuff, go check out my other videos. I don't really want to recap it here, but these are great. They are fantastic controllers, and there's not really anything glaringly wrong with them other than the fact that they don't have mouse mode or HD rumble. Everything else works perfectly. They charge on the controller. They charge off of the controller. They charge with the charging grip. They're like, everything works how it should do. But that leads us on to the new ones, right? So I am so hyped because if they take everything that they've managed to do with these and just add mouse mode and HD rumble, then you've kind of won. The ideal would be to just full bore go to Switch 2 protocol and just get every feature that the original Joy-Cons can use, and that is what's looking, at least like to me from looking at their videos, looks like they're doing with the Hyperion 3 Pros, and that makes me extremely happy because honestly these are brilliant Joy-Cons, they really, really are. It's just that they're not fully featured, they're not exactly the same as these, and that's my only issue with them really. Once they crack that full Switch 2 protocol and they get mouse mode and HD Rumble 2, these will be no doubt the best Joy-Cons that you can get for the Switch 2 immediately, right? Because it looks like they're going to be the first to win the race of cracking all of that stuff. So I'm extremely excited to get my hands on the Hyperion 3 Pros. We're going to bug them and say like, hey, is there any information you can give us? Do you know when we might be able to get a test unit so that we can show everyone and see if they're worth it? What the price is going to be like, all that kind of stuff. And the one thing I forgot to say, I should have said at the beginning, is you can get 25% off the Hyperion 3s using our discount code 128KB at checkout, and that brings it down even past the sale price. So it gets you 25% off of the sale price that they're already on sale for on their website, right? Doesn't matter what region you're in, you will just save another 25%, which is actually really, really good. And it also helps the channel out as well, so, you know. But the white ones then, I really like the white ones. I think they're really cool. I've always been a fan of white Joy-Cons. I don't know why. I really don't know why. The white's very cool. The black ones, if you just want to see them on, right? Exactly the same, but black. And they are probably a bit more stealthy. They help immerse you a bit more into the game because you're not then staring at huge white Joy-Cons, right? You're just looking at the screen, especially if you disable the RGB LEDs on the Joy-Cons just here. But I like both, if I'm perfectly honest. Both of them are great. You've got everything the same. It's literally just a color difference. I don't know why I find white to be a bit more light-hearted and fun. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know why. I think with the Switch 2 and the Switch in general, I just see Nintendo as being fun, and I feel like the white one makes it feel fun. I don't know, like, whatever your preference is, at least you've got that choice now. You can either have white ones or you can have black ones. It's your choice. But whilst I'm excited by the Hyperion 3s, I'm really excited about the Hyperion 3 Pros. I cannot wait to get my hands on because they look like they're going to be the definitive Switch 2 Joy-Cons. So stay tuned if you want to hear more about them because we were the first to show off the Hyperion 3s. Maybe we'll be the first to show off the Pros. I don't know. You'll have to stick around and subscribe to find out. Anyway, don't forget to use the discount code 128KB if you want to grab yourself a pair of Hyperion 3s. You can find links down in the descriptions. Whilst you're down there, like this video, subscribe, leave a comment. Are you excited for the Hyperion 3s? Do you have Hyperion, or the Pros, I mean? Do you already have Hyperion 3s? Do you want the white ones? Are you going to wait? I don't know. Let me know in the comments whilst you're down there as well. You can look at our memberships, which means you can support the channel, and you can also talk to us in our private Discord as well. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.